Hello friends, this is Professor A.K. Sheikh working as Assistant Professor and Head of Mechanical Engineering Department at NB Navle Sinhagad College of Engineering, Solapur. I have 12 years of teaching experience and I have completed my ME Mechanical in Design Engineering. In this video, we are going to solve a problem on compound epicyclic gear train. Let us go through the statement of the problem. An epicyclic gear consists of three gears A, B and C as shown in figure. So these are the three gears A, B and C. The gear A has 72 internal teeth and gear C has 32 external teeth. So gear A is having internal teeth and gear C at the center it is having external teeth. The gear B meshes with both A and C and is carried on an arm EF. Now this gear B is meshing with A as well as C and it is attached to the arm EF which rotates about the center of A at 18 rpm. So this arm is rotating at the center of gear A at 18 rpm. If the gear A is fixed, determine the speed of gears B and C. That is the statement of the problem. So now let us write the given data. We have number of teeth on A equal to 72, number of teeth on C equal to 32 and speed of arm EF equal to 18 rpm. And we have to find speed of gear C and speed of gear B. So let us proceed with the problem. Again we refer the diagram over here and we are going to use the tabular method to solve this problem. So we again come back to our table where we have conditions of motion and then the different elements of the gear train. So there is arm EF, gear C, gear B and gear A. So we start with the first step where we assume that arm EF is fixed and gear C is rotated by one revolution in anti-clockwise direction. Arm EF fixed, gear C rotates through one revolution in anti-clockwise direction. So arm is fixed, therefore it is 0. Gear C rotates in anti-clockwise direction for one revolution, therefore gear C will have +1. Further, now as gear C is rotating anti-clockwise and has external teeth, gear B is also having external teeth and is engaged to C, therefore it will go for clockwise rotation. It will have rotation in opposite direction. Therefore the rotations for gear B will carry a minus sign as per our sign conventions and it will be equal to minus TC divided by TB. Number of teeth on C divided by number of teeth on B. Now for gear A, now gear A has internal teeth and we have seen in the theory that when the gear has internal teeth and it has an internal gear driving it like in this case where B is driving A. So B is having clockwise rotation and A is having internal teeth. Therefore A will also have clockwise rotations. Hence the rotations for A will also carry a negative sign. So it will be minus of TC divided by TB multiplied by TB divided by TA and finally we get minus TC upon TA. That is the first row of our table, assuming that EF is fixed and C has taken one anti-clockwise revolution. In the next step, we replace this 1 by X. So arm EF fixed and gear C rotates through plus X revolution. So here EF is fixed, gear C plus X and then further gear B will be multiplied by this X, minus sign will continue as it is, and for gear A we will multiply by X and again minus sign will remain as it is. The next step, adding y revolutions to all the elements, adding plus y revolutions to all the elements. And the fourth step, that is of total motion, that is addition of second and third row. So we have total motion for EF equal to plus y. For gear C it is x plus y. For gear B it is y minus x into TC by TB, and for gear A it is y minus x into TC by TA. So that is the complete table for our problem. Further, now we will use this table, mainly the fourth row of the table, for further calculations. The fourth row of the table is important for us. It gives the relation between the different elements, motion of different elements, and hence we are going to substitute the conditions given in the problem into these relations we got in the row number 4, and we are going to evaluate the unknown parameters. So let us proceed further. So this is our fourth row. Now for the speed of gear C, as per the condition given in the problem, speed of the arm EF is 18 rpm. So for EF we have 18 rpm. It means that value of y is 18 rpm. Further, as per the next condition given in the problem, gear A is fixed. It means that whatever relation we got for gear A, it should be equated to 0. Hence we have y minus x into TC by TA equal to 0. Here y, TC and TA are known to us. X is unknown. We can calculate that x by substituting the known values. Thus we get value of x equal to 40.5. Now going back to the table, fourth row for gear C. For gear C, the speed of the gear C as per the fourth row, it is x plus y. Now we have value of x as well as y. Let us substitute that values here, 40.5 plus 18. So it comes to be 58.5 rpm with positive sign. It means that speed of gear C will be 58.5 rpm and direction will be anti-clockwise. So that is the first part of the problem, finding speed of gear C. The next part is finding speed of gear B. Again we refer the fourth row of the table. Now let DA, DB and DC be the pitch circle diameters for the gears A, B and C respectively. So here number of teeth on gear B is not known to us. Hence, before going directly to the speed, we have to first calculate the number of teeth. As we can see, here we require TB. So we will be calculating this TB first and then we will be going to this relation. So from the geometry of the figure, let us refer the figure once again. So in the figure, radius of A, radius of this big gear A is equal to radius of C plus diameter of B. Radius of A is equal to radius of C plus diameter of B. So we can say that it is like this: dA, that is diameter of A divided by 2, is equal to DC divided by 2 plus diameter of B. So we have dB plus DC by 2 equal to dA by 2, or we can write 2 times dB plus DC equal to dA. Further, since the number of teeth are proportional to their pitch circle diameters, we have a similar relation for number of teeth. The relation what we have for diameters, the same relation we can have for the number of teeth. So we have twice of TB plus TC equal to TA. So let us substitute values of TC and TA to get value of TB as 20. Now as we have now value of TB as 20 and TC is known to us, X is known to us, Y is known to us, we can definitely calculate now the speed ratio for the gear B. So speed of gear B equal to Y minus X into TC by TB. We know all these values, we substitute the values in the equation and finally we get the answer for speed of gear B as minus 46.8 RPM. It means that speed of gear B will be minus 46.8 RPM. It means that it will rotate in clockwise direction.